Taurus, the tides are turning for you in this transformational tarot in August. Let's have an aligned astro chat about it. Hello all, I'm Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive, and welcome to your transformational tarot reading for the month of August. And my Taurans, I'm so excited to be connected with you guys. This is going to be a pretty intense month, and I feel like that intensity in the collective is going to trickle down into your lives and your world. And I feel like the messaging here for you guys is how to step into that energy, how to make that energy work for you. So it's not about sitting back and letting it sort of wash over you as much as it's seeing it coming and deciding, okay, here's how I'm going to make it work for me. Here's what's going to transpire. And we are going to pull an overarching theme from the Self-Sorcery deck from Lisa Lister. It's a great deck and a lot of fun. And then the Glimmer Walker Tarot called to me in terms of a deck for you guys. So let's get to it and see what's coming up for you guys. So here we are with our Self-Sorcery. And I really feel like Taurus, this is a month where, again, there's a lot that's going to be coming at you, but it's not like it's coming at you in an assaulting way. It's more like it's coming at you because it's opportunity to make the most of what you're witnessing, to make the most of what you're seeing. Yeah, cultivate courage. So it is going to take courage for you guys to make the most of this new that's coming into your space and your place, because that's exactly what it is. Everything that's coming up is new. It's unknown, it's unseen, or definitely unseen to you before. And yet there's a part of you that's going to be so drawn into it. And I want to say lean into that, because that being drawn into it is the intuition saying to you, yeah, this is good. This is here for you. It's okay to trust this. I'm just noticing in the picture, there's a little lion who actually makes me think a little bit of a dog in his face. Let me see if I can pull it up for you there. So you almost miss it in all of the design, but the cultivate courage, obviously the strength card, right? The lion or the dog having the loyalty of the dog, loyalty to self. Dogs have courage. They're going to protect you at all costs. It's part of their genetic makeup for the most part. I mean, you know, you get the occasional one, just like humans, who are like, nope, you're on your own, sucks to be you. But for the most part, I feel like this is that, you know, it's symbolizing that strength card and that bravery. So I don't feel like you have to cultivate courage because there's going to be a lot of dun, 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 that's coming at you this month, as much as it's the courage to say yes to what is arriving, because it's arriving for you. So where are you at right now in your transformational journey? What part of you is shifting, rising, or dissolving? Ooh, this is the one that's telling me that it needs to be read. So let's see. Eight of Thunder, Eight of Swords. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you're in the process right now of breaking down barriers, of addressing within yourself what barriers or boundaries you've put around yourself that you suddenly are recognizing are actually a hindrance. It's maybe that, you know, sometimes we run into that energy of, I did this as a protective measure. I did this at a time of crisis or a time of trauma. And I've been doing it for a while, and now I'm recognizing, oh, it's actually hindering me now. It's holding me back. It's not getting me to where it is that I need to be. And so I feel like this, you know, Eight of Thunder energy is a reminder for you that on the other side of this is liberation. And yeah, it can be painful to remove yourself from the, you know, the circle of swords that's around you. You know, you might have some superficial cuts in order to be able to get out of the circle. There might be a bit of an electric shock to get you out of that path. But it's something that you can heal from. It's going to be superficial or maybe a little deeper, but it's not mortal. It's not something it's not fatal. It's not going to kill you. That which does not kill us makes us stronger, right? And I feel like that's kind of where you're at right now, is you're recognizing, wow, I've just been through some really tough stuff. And I'm having this awareness or this aha moment that some of the ways I've been responding to the world is actually creating the problem that I'm, in the process of trying to solve. But now that I have that information, I can set some different boundaries, or I can release myself from particular boundaries that are no longer serving my needs at this time. So I feel that you are dissolving or having the potential to dissolve these things that are not working to your benefit at this time. But it is a choice. And understand that it's not always going to be, I like to say, it's a simple choice, but simple isn't always easy. And I feel like it's okay if you're hesitant around it. Reach out and ask for help. Ask for support in doing this. You're not alone, but I do feel that it is important that you, now is the time for you to break out of this. Now is the time to really make that work. If you don't, it's not like you're not going to have another opportunity again, but I feel like you're going to get around that, one more kick at the can and realize, oh shit, this isn't where I wanted to be. I didn't need to do this. Why did I do this again? So I want to say, cultivate that courage and take the leap forward. You will heal, and it won't be as bad as you think. The catalyst, what's fueling or hindering your transformation? Is this resistance or rocket fuel? Oh, I love it. You've got the star card. Yeah. For a lot of you, there's something new that you've been envisioning for a while. And August is the month that's bringing that opportunity for you to actually move ahead, to say yes to that opportunity, to say yes to something new. And I feel like this something new is going to put you a little bit in the spotlight. It's the spotlight in your community, or it's the spotlight at work, or it's the spotlight in your, I want to say, the area of your life where you feel the most use, like the most utilized, the most on purpose, maybe is how I would say that. And it's interesting, we've got this beautiful pink flamingo. I'm so sorry. So Morpheus has discovered one of his little, jingle mouse balls, and it's under the couch, and he is under the couch right now, and he's playing with it. So I didn't even know that that's where it was. It's been missing for quite some time, and now I know where it is. So if you hear all that in the background, that's what it is, and I apologize. So we've got this flamingo. And what I love about the flamingo is a master at balance. And they can balance and sleep on one tiny spindly little foot. And there's this big body that's, this tiny little spindly leg that balances this big fluffy body. Who knows how heavy the body is, because it's full of fluff, right? It's full of feathers, but still it's bigger than this spindly thing. But the most impressive part about it is that they can sleep in that way out in the open. They feel safe and secure. They trust that ultimately the universe is working on their behalf. They also trust that if danger occurs, they're going to feel it. They're going to sense it. They recognize that there's an internal switch or clock or, alarm that lets them know. So they can be relaxed in this new world energy. They can be relaxed in whatever is coming for them. And I feel like that's you're being called to at this time, is to recognize life is happening for me. It's not happening to me and through me right now. It's happening for me. And it's okay for me to trust. It's okay that this new vision is coming up and coming through. It's okay that I don't have the full scope of the vision, but that I have a little bit of it. And it's okay for me to move towards that vision. Because, the places I'll go. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot that I feel on the other side of August. You're going to be a very different version of yourself in a positive way. A lot's going to happen for you in August if you decide to say yes to it. So, don't be afraid of it. I just feel like it's a lot. There's going to be a lot of opportunity, a lot of consideration, a lot of you needing to be present in your life in order to be able to make decisions. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Deep root. What deep belief, wound, or soul contract is driving this transformation under the surface? Yeah, the Hanged One. You've kept yourself in suspension for a while. You've been a bit nervous to surrender to what is and to move forward. You've not been in that space of trust. And I feel like that's what's shifting for you at this time, is the recognition and the awareness that, I keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But really what I'm doing is I'm procrastinating, or I'm trying to protect myself from something that I no longer need to protect myself from. And so it's really a trust fall, or a leap of faith that is coming up and coming through. And if we look at this, we're at the bottom of the ocean and the shell has opened up and it's a pearl, a beautiful pearl in the shell. You've done your time. You've done the waiting. You've done the surrender. Now is the time to step out of that hanged man energy. Now is the time to take the pearl and to go make something of the pearl, to enjoy what it is that you have to offer. This is the choice, though. This is the choice. And we talk about the deep root. This is what holds you back. I've been safe doing this. I've been safe. I've been predictable. I know what's going to happen. And no, it might not be the most exciting thing in the world, but I'm safe. And I feel like this is the invitation. This is what the universe is inviting you to break out of, is that safety and security, not because you're leaving safety and security behind, but it's saying the safety and security is not the soul path that you chose. The safety and security is meant to be experienced for a particular period of time in between those periods of growth. And it is that growth that you're on the journey to experience this month. This is what is dying away. What part of you is falling away? What role, pattern, or identity has run its course? Ooh, the High Priestess. Keeping secrets from yourself, keeping secrets from others. Understanding that, and I'm really drawn to this particular reflection. It's melting in. It almost looks like it's melting into the reflection of the water. But I feel like that's really what it is you've been keeping things. It's like wearing the mask. We all have a mask that we wear out and about in the world because, quite frankly, not everybody is worthy and deserving of, the peek behind the curtain, right? But for those who are worthy and deserving of that, the peek behind the curtain is the prize, right? That's where the connection is at. And I feel like what you are releasing is this idea that I need to somehow remain separate or somehow a bit detached from the world. Instead, I need to sort of bleed into my emotional space, into my need for connection, into my need for community, for support, but in the ways that really fill my soul, that fill my love cup, not in ways where I'm always of service or I'm the person who stands a little bit apart in order to keep myself safe and protected. I feel like there's a lot that's kind of being torn down for you in terms of illusion, delusion, dreams and nightmares. It's an invitation for you to be out and authentic in the world. And not to say that you haven't been authentic, because you have been. But this is taking the authenticity to a whole new level. This is saying, I'm not afraid. Like, here's who I am. This is who I am. And I'm proud of it. I'm not afraid to take risks. I'm not afraid to show you who I am and all that I am. Because I'm ready for that shift and that change. I'm ready for the new in my life because I am worthy and deserving of that. Again, big changes that are coming up for you. Highest potential. This is your Phoenix potential here. Sorry. I'm reading my stuff on my phone and the notifications keep coming up and they're getting in the way of my question. So highest potential. This is your Phoenix potential. What can rise from the ashes? What is your soul calling you toward? This is your breakthrough energy. And I feel like this whole month is a journey into breakthrough, if you allow it, if you don't resist the facing of what's being shown to you. Oh, I love it. Queen of Light. So Queen of Wands, right? Queen of Wands, oh my God, it's so perfect. Okay. So we have that cultivating courage. The Queen of Light, Queen of Wands, is the only queen in the tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot system, that doesn't have a safety net. She goes out into the world and she says, all right, we're going to figure this out. She takes the risks because for her, if she doesn't, like, there's always a risk. No matter what she does, there's always some kind of risk. So she's learned to adapt to that. And instead of being fearful of it, she embraces it. She uses that energy to fuel her, what am I trying to say? Like catapult, like it fuels her to catapult her to the next journey in the adventure. And she's not afraid of failure. Failure is a part of her vocabulary, but not in the, oh my God, I failed and everything is awful perspective. More so from the perspective of failure is part of the adventure. Failure is part of the soul growth journey. And I welcome the failure because I learn from the failure. And through that failure, I gain even greater, more sustainable success than I would normally have any other way. She's the kind of person that says, I don't want it to be a fluke. I want to earn my award, right? I want to earn where I'm at. I want to know that I got here, and I got here, having done all of the steps and really understanding the process behind it, because ultimately I'm going to be happy to share that process with others, because there will be others who follow in my footsteps or come behind me, and I'm going to be in a position to be able to help them so that maybe they don't have to do the full journey in the way that I've done it, that they're free to do their own journey, the version of their journey that's going to work best for them. Wow. So I keep hearing teacher energy. So I really feel like for some of you, the Queen of Light is speaking to what's going to happen on the other side of this journey for you, which is an ability to teach others based on your own experience, based on your learnings. And that feels like purpose. That feels like purpose. So cultivate the courage to have the journey, because ultimately when you share of that journey, you're on purpose. You're giving back and paying forward to others. Ooh, I got buzziness in my head around that. There's something big around that. It sounds simple, but energetically, there's something really spiritually minded connected to that. What's emerging? What is just around the corner? What energy or experience is coming in to support your next phase? So this is really interesting. I feel like this is actually like a fear that you have, which is, that's a totally different question, but I feel like this is a fear that you have, that you're looking at the situation and you're going, okay, there are a couple of choices here. And in each choice poses a pretty big risk. Each choice, like I'm not able to control how each choice plays out. So each choice is going to have some kind of potential positive outcome, but it's also going to have potential negative occurrences along the journey. And I feel like this is coming up and coming through to say to you, this is where you need the courage, because there's that part of you that just wants to sort of stay in that safe, protective cocoon. And the Two of Thunder says, no, there's no staying anymore. We can't stay here. We've got to move forward. This is my card. And, hopefully you're not offended by swearing, but this is my shit sandwich card. This is the choice sometimes between shit sandwich A and shit sandwich B. Nobody wants to eat the shit sandwich, but in order to move forward, you've got to choose a path. Sometimes you got to just eat the shit sandwich in order to get onto the other side. And I feel like this is that next step. And this is the step that I feel like a lot of you get stuck on. You've been here before and you get stuck here. So you decide, you know what? I don't want to do that. So I'm going to just stay put. And then back around the merry-go-round you go. I feel like this is a particular period of time collectively and therefore trickling down into your life where I almost want to say going back in the circle isn't the option. It isn't an option. Even if you choose that option, you're going to be right back here tomorrow. And then you choose that option again, and you're going to be right back there again tomorrow. So really, in the end, you're never going to not be able to face the fact that you're not supposed to stay there, right? It's about moving on. But I want to say that shit sandwich, it's like I see there's like a bottle of Tabasco sauce and then there's a bottle of honey next to you. So you can choose to flavor it to make it a little more palatable if that's what you need to do. And oh my God, how gross is that? But that's what I'm getting. So, guys, take it, take it for what it's worth. Maybe it's just my sense of humor. I don't know. But I feel like this is really what's emerging, is it's the opportunity for you to really make a choice for yourself. And no, it's not going to be fun, but you will make it. You'll get over the hump of it. You'll get on the other side and you'll be so glad when you did, because you'll be like, oh my God, like there was so much more here. And why did I resist this? This is really where I've wanted to be for a long time. I think it's also interesting that we have the 2, the High Priestess, and the 2 of Thunder. So the 2s are landing together. So there is a plan that's involved here, and you don't want to get in the way of the plan. You want to be a part of the plan. You want to be active in walking the plan. Where are you in this process? How are you navigating this transformation? Are you resisting, flowing, grieving, or boldly rising? Well, my beautiful Taurians, I feel like what we're hearing today is that you are going to have some resistance to what's going on. And that's what I feel the reading is about right now, is your guides are trying to point out, hey, you are going to have resistance. Accept this as fact. It's not the bad thing. The resistance isn't the bad thing. The resistance isn't the point. It's you're going to have resistance. So knowing that, what's your plan? How are you going to combat that resistance? How are you going to navigate those waters? Find ways to make it more palatable and less fearful, stepping into that courage space so that you can get onto the other side, because it's going to be fast. It's going to be super fast. It's like the ripping the Band-Aid off. You don't want to do it because, but once you do it, but then you can move on, right? I feel like that's what this is about. So how are you navigating this? Page of Fruit. So in this deck, the fruit is Pentacles. Yes, it's experimentation. It's giving yourself the opportunity to research, but this is not about analysis paralysis. Page of Fruit is so curious. Page of Fruit does not have the time or the space or the knowledge or the wherewithal to even get scared about what it's learning, the experiments that it is setting up. It doesn't have time for that. It's just so curious that it's leaning in. It's learning. And I feel like this is definitely how you want to approach this whole situation, is to understand, okay, I'm going to eat that shit sandwich. I'm going to choose the honey or the Tabasco, and maybe I'll choose a little bit of both. And I'm going to make notes on the experience. I'm going to take more of that scientific approach, which can also be a bit detached, a little bit removed. And that's okay. It's okay for you to emotionally detach for a minute to get through the tough stuff so that you can get on the other side and then reconnect, reattach, or to get more acquainted with that emotional energy, non-attach yourself to your emotional energy so that you can get your bearings. This is temporary. This is temporary. And this is the invitation for you to, I want to say, ride the wave. Because there is learning, but the learning isn't the point. It's the getting to the other side. Because once you get to the other side, now there's a whole new world to explore and to expand into. And that feels like it's the point. Circles of support. Who or what is influencing your transformation right now? And is it positive or negative? The Tower. I feel like this is you catastrophizing. This is you in your mind looking at the situation and going for the worst case scenario. Oh my God, if I do this, this whole thing is going to happen and blah, blah, blah. And I want to say to you, this is a defense mechanism that has been designed to, again, keep you safe. If I go to the complete other end of the spectrum, if I catastrophize and point out how this can be bad for me, then I don't have to cultivate courage and move forward. I can stay safe in my little cocoon, right? This, I feel, is the invitation for you right now to say, I don't need to catastrophize. The Tower right now is the illusion. The illusion is the life that I'm kind of living right now and thinking that I'm going to be able to sustain that moving forward. I feel that there's a lot that's transpiring here that is encouraging you to see where you're getting in your own way, to see where you're holding yourself back from the beautiful change that is waiting for you. It's the Joseph Campbell. Sometimes we have to let go of the life that we have planned in order to accept and receive the life that is waiting for us. That's what this is about for you. Wow. So powerful. Hopes and fears. What are you dreaming of becoming? And what scares you about actually doing it? Page of Thunder. The thoughts in your head. Sometimes you're too smart for your own good, Taurus. You know too much. And because you know too much, sometimes that causes you to hold back a little bit. And sometimes it's you feel like you don't know enough, so you also hold back. It's really about the knowledge piece. But I want to say to you that the Page of Thunder, the Page of Swords, also has curiosity. They have curiosity around how they can better communicate. They have curiosity about the things that they can learn. They have curiosity about how to be more clear and direct in the way that they are connecting with other people. You can't connect with other people if you're staying in your own little hidey hole, right? You can't have growing communication when you are in the cocoon. It's almost like a kind of like a hermit energy. And again, I feel like you're hiding in plain sight. And this is the invitation to remove yourself from that, to put yourself out into the world. But this is, I feel like even though this is like hopes and fears, I want to say this is your hope. This is what you can lean into, is the curiosity of the connection that you're trying to create, that you're desperately wanting to have with others, or that you have that you're desperately trying to maintain. And I feel like the maintenance is going to happen because you're needing to grow, and so are your connections. Your connections are growing too. So it's understanding I need to move forward, otherwise I'm going to be left behind because others are growing as well. And it's not about like following them. It's just about following the energy of the wave. And your outcome. So if you stay on course, the outcome of this transformation, who will you be on the other side of this journey by the end of August? What is the result of embracing the full cycle of death and rebirth? Three of Light, expansion. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. You're getting to the other side of it. Notice we had a lot of 2s and we have a lot of pages, which are 11s, which break down into 2s. And then you move into a 3. It is the expansion. It is and I said you're going to be a little bit different, on the other side of this, but by the end of this month, I feel that these are the opportunities that are awaiting you, but you have to go through this process first in order to be able to see these opportunities and in order for you to be able to say yes to these opportunities. Otherwise, you can't even see them, or you see them off in the far, far distance to the point where you don't even know what they are. You might even think of them as a mirage. They're not real, but they are very real. These opportunities are here for you to show up, to shine your light, to grow, but to grow in ways that you're choosing. I mean, this is about your path. This isn't about, some deity coming in and saying to you, this is what you must do or else. This is about your soul saying, I'm ready to have this new adventure. I'm ready for what this next chapter holds. Bring it on. Give me my sword and my shield. I am ready to forge ahead. And I might have some fear around it, but I also have a lot of courage. Courage is not fearlessness. Courage is movement forward in spite of fear. And I feel like that's what all of this is about for you at this time. Wow. Wow, Taurus. It's going to be an incredible August for you. And if you need any kind of support with this, because this feels pretty intense, I did say that at the beginning, but wow, if you need support, please, this is what I do. I'm here to help you. Feel free to book a session or just to reach out, join my completely free Black Feather community. We support one another in that. We've got a great group of individuals. You're not alone in going through this, but I want to say now is your time. This is it. This is the big deal. So don't let it pass you by. You've got this. You've 100% got this. All right, guys, that is your transformational tarot reading for August. As always, sending you guys so much love and so much support as we are all on this crazy journey called life. Sending you lots of love, lots of energy, and we will see you on the flip side.